Hey guys, what's up? It's Lee here, and today I'm bringing you guys the video I was talking about with the review of the consoles. I'm gonna do a little bit of start out with a little bit of a game review, but I'll also like transition out into like controller, and then I'll do obviously the consoles overall. So this won't hopefully be too long, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. So basically, as far as the games go, I pretty much have enjoyed all the games that I have played on the consoles. Um, as far as like the only game, I would say the worst game I played out of all of them would maybe be Rise, I would have to say. But still, all good games. Been perfectly fine with them. The Rise is like the only one that I would suggest definitely waiting until a discount comes on it. You know, some of you may enjoy it more and more, but it was a little more impressive actually than I thought it was going to be because it actually had a halfway decent story to it, not just like hack and slash, you know, run around like a gladiator, you know. And I mean, if you guys enjoy that game, then you know, go for it. But as far as the story goes, it was okay. Dead Rising 3, definitely a good zombies game. If you're into zombies, you will love Dead Rising 3. Call of Duty Ghost is a little better on the Xbox One. Still pretty good on PS4. It's still okay. Just not as impressive. Just because of controller vibrations, which I'll get into probably more once I get to the controller part of this review. Also, Battlefield 4, again, it was pretty gosh darn good. I beat the whole campaign. I had fun with it, and I'll explain some of the actual technical difficulties I had, and that was on PS4. Um, Killzone. Killzone, if you guys don't know very much about it, it's a good game. Um, Multiplayer is kind of like okay. It still needs to be like created further, but it's kind of like PlayStation's uh, version of, I guess you want to say, Halo. Um, it's actually gonna be it's a pretty sick game. It's like the campaign mode is every bit as good as Halo's in my opinion, but as far as like multiplayer goes, it's just not quite there, but it will be there um, eventually. And Assassin's Creed is the last game that I'm really gonna talk about. Assassin's Creed, great graphics. I played it on PS4. A definite. I know Assassin's Creed is getting kind of wore out, along with Call of Duty and etc. But still, as far as graphics go, very impressive. The water looks great. Bushes. I mean, just a lot of stuff in that game was pretty realistic. So as for graphics, that gets a great thumbs up from me. A big thumbs up. So anyways, alright guys, so I paused the video there and now I'm restarting it. But you'll see me do that in between each part. But this part's the controller review basically part, and as far as the Xbox One controller goes, I'll start out with that. Um, it's probably my favorite controller of all time at the moment, just because, I mean, the back upgrade to where it's just, there's no, you know, bump like the 360. The triggers are fine in my opinion. The bumpers are fine, etc. Everything's been fine for me to be 100% honest. I could maybe see some people's complaints about the bumpers, but overall to me, I mean, it looks nice. And I know you guys are thinking, oh, well, the Xbox controller is dominant, so I'm just going to get the Xbox. Not necessarily. The PS4 controller still is a fantastic controller. So you guys won't get disappointed. And they're going to make cross controllers. I already know they're going to. I don't know whether maybe they have it already. But just look into that, and I'm sure you can get a custom controller made or whatever. To sit there and, you know, have it, you know, let's say on the PS4 you want an Xbox One controller, or you want an a PS4 controller on the Xbox One. I'm guaranteed they're going to reverse them. But you guys will definitely like the Xbox One controller, in my opinion. Everything works pretty much fine. The only thing I had a problem with was it actually like disconnected from the Xbox at one point. Like, it was really weird. I like got it binded to the Xbox. It was really weird. It's only happened once, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. But I don't know. My whole Xbox was screwed up, and I'll explain that and just go further into that as soon as I get to the console part. But the only other thing I wish they did is they made it to where you could actually have recharge, just like the PS4 rechargeable. I know a lot of people were disappointed with that, but because otherwise you had to buy the play and charge kit. But otherwise, I mean, this is a great controller. You guys will definitely like it. You guys won't be disappointed, in my opinion. And like I said, the 360 controller was great, but I think you guys will like this one a little better. I know some people are complaining about the little rubber on the outside, the way the grip was. I haven't found a problem with it yet, but I mean, I don't sit there and game for hours on end. I'm not that type of person. Personally, myself, I can't do that. Like, it gets annoying. Like, after like a couple hours of gaming, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I need to like take a break, for a little bit. And that's just how I am. Some people, they can go 10, 12 hours. I rarely will go like it. I mean, like, the only game that I've ever grinded out like a whole day was The Last of Us. Like, I just can't do it. I need, to have my breaks. But, anyways, on to the PS4 controller, though. It's really nice. If you guys are into Killzone, you will definitely like it, because it's like it goes green, and I'm sure they'll be doing this with other games. It goes like green, yellow, for if you're like somewhat injured, red blinking if you're like nearly dead, and then red obviously if you're dead. So it kind of shows your health. Killzone uses the touchpad a little bit. The touchpad's been fine so far. No really anything I can complain. I haven't used the share functionality with either I haven't recorded anything really with the Xbox One. I actually recorded my home screen, I believe, with the Xbox One on accident. It messed up with the voice thing or whatever, I think, and since that I said something, which I actually have my Xbox One on right now, so I should probably turn that off. But basically, guys, got the options have been fine. It's got an options button to start it. Everything's a little weird at first, but you kind of get used to it. As far as triggers, it's triggers now for the main part. They're kind of going that direction. Triggers. My friend, actually Level, some of you may know him. He's actually using the triggers on pretty much every other game except Call of Duty. He switched it over. I know with certain games, I don't know about all games, but with certain games they're allowing you to switch. But I just like the triggers, so I just use the trigger functionality. But you guys will definitely like this controller. It's rechargeable, got the battery built right in. One thing I forgot to mention with the Xbox One controller is that the battery life is fantastic, though. It's fantastic. I've only changed the batteries out once. I used those batteries that they gave you for a long time, and just recently I changed them over to the rechargeable batteries. I have rechargeable batteries that I recharge, but I'm going to go on to the mic review now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the review, and I'll see you in the mic review. Alright guys, here's on to the mic review, and I'm going to start out with the PS4 mic. And I know it doesn't look like much, and that's how I kind of thought. I was like, how good is this thing going to work? So far it's been working efficiently. It's got a little, this is like how you mute. You sit there, you flick the little thing, and then it's kind of hard to see. It's this little blue bar. Hold on. There we go. Across there. That's for like muting reasons and etc. But you got the little, you just stick it in your ear, no different than like a headphone, and then you obviously just plug it in. Simple. So that's all you do, and it's that simple. It's been efficient so far. It's been working just fine for me. So I am, as far as PS4 mic goes, haven't been disappointed a bit. Now the Xbox One mic, it's been pretty good so far. I've been a little disappointed with it just because at times it's weird. Like, I haven't used Party Chat a whole lot yet because Party Chat's kind of weird. But it's just, I don't know why. It'll go out, like, at times. Like, it will stop working. Sometimes in the beginning when you first get into parties, it'll be like playing, like, for instance, you'll be able to speak, but it won't play through, it'll play through the TV, not through the mic, which is really weird. I do like the light up feature, and it doesn't get, by the way, if you guys are concerned, excuse me, I just ate, but if you guys are concerned with, like, getting in your way, it doesn't get in your way, in my opinion, at all, at least for me. So as far as this part, you got the easy minus, I feel like they made it almost a little too big, but that's just my opinion. It is a little hard to get out, though. It's not like it's easy, obviously, to put in, but it's not the easiest to get out. Once it's in pretty good. I know that kind of sounded sexual, too, but I didn't mean to make it sound that way at all. Anyways, I know some of you are like, dang, you have a dirty mind. But no, I don't know why. It's just, that was a really weird moment. But anyways, but as far as the quality goes, the quality's been going fine. Everything's been going fine as far as everything else. Like I said, it's just, it dies out sometimes. It's really weird. So, yeah, that's basically it for the chat headset review. You guys will enjoy both of them, I think. And again, if you don't like either of the chat headsets, you can just go buy yourself a pair of Turtle Beaches like I got over here. So on to the actual console review, I believe now. All right, guys. So this is basically it. This is a wrap up of the video. I'm just doing the review on the console, overall the consoles now. Now you guys are probably wondering, like, what's the technical difficulties you've had so far? And it's been pretty at a minimal. I know Level had an issue with NBA to where all you need to do was get rid of the game data utility. It was I like how PS4 has error reports, like crash error reports. I don't know what the Xbox One has anything like that, but like, for another problem I had with PS4 was I'd be in the middle of playing the Battlefield 4 campaign. This happened on like 2 or 3 different occasions during while I was playing the Battlefield 4 campaign, and it would all of a sudden just like crash, like right in the middle of it, just be like such and such error happened, or whatever, and it would make me like, do you want to send an error report or whatever? I'd send an error report to him, and I'd just like jump back onto the game, and restart and, start all over. Well, not start all over from the campaign, just start from the most recent checkpoint. So it's not like I had to restart the whole campaign, but I mean, it is a little annoying, but it's a minor, just a little minor thing to me. As far as Xbox One goes, with its technical difficulties, obviously I told you about the controller kind of unbinding itself for whatever reason. It just wouldn't work with the Xbox, and like some of the, it was acting up. It wouldn't let me do anything. Like, it wouldn't let me click on some of the apps at one point. There was one point where it wouldn't let me start any of the games. It was like doing this all at once, by the way. It kind of like the controller unbinded itself. I got it to bind back to itself, but then I would load a game, and it wouldn't sit there, and it wouldn't let me load the game. Like, it would start to load it, and then it just quit. It would just like completely quit the game. So what I ended up doing was unplugging the Xbox power, which brings it out of standby mode, completely basically shuts it down, resets itself, and I plugged it back in after like 30 seconds or whatever to a minute. And it fixed it. It fixed itself, basically. The controller was fine. Everything worked fine for them. So I don't know what happened. Maybe there was some sort of glitch in the system or something like that. But everything's been working fine. TV, I was gonna try to get it figured out. I've just been kind of too lazy, not really caring because TV with my Xbox, I can just watch it through the cable, so it's not a huge deal to me. But it just wouldn't work. Like the up command, the channel up command wouldn't work for whatever reason. Channel down, obviously, I couldn't flip through channels. I'd sit there and say Xbox, watch, etc. Which I actually still have my Xbox on because I'm too lazy to turn it off because I'm gonna actually play it after this. But anyways, yeah, and it was just, I don't know. It was, the TV was acting up. It was just being really weird about everything, and it was kind of like it was getting annoying, and it just basically TV wouldn't work. So I was gonna try to figure it out here soon, but we shall see about that. Whether I actually do end up getting it figured out or not, and actually set up. Connect voice commands have been working okay so far. I guess I'm starting off, getting out of the technical difficulties now. Moving on, I guess I'll start off with Xbox. As far as voice commands, you guys are probably like, I know that was a big concern. It's been fine so far. Voice commands have been pretty halfway decent, I would have to say. Not spectacular, but pretty good. Obviously, the quieter it is, the better it works. And also with Kinect, I know some of the issues were, like, for instance, with Kinect Sports Rivals. I know a lot of people were like talking about, like, for instance, I believe it was FaZe Apex, who uploaded a video about Level was showing me that the Kinect, it wouldn't sense him, and I had that problem in the beginning, but I went back through the Kinect setup, and you want to make sure it's right on your floor. That's one tip I suggest, and the more of your floor it is able to see, I think the better it works, because it was like it needed to be just like tilted up a little bit. So you want to make sure your Kinect is obviously set up properly. If you do good Kinect setup, you'll be able to, it'll be better. And again, voice commands have been perfectly fine for me. They work pretty darn efficiently. And again, a quiet room is a good room for, as far as voice commands, because I noticed when it got louder, it wasn't. If it got louder in the room or something like that, it wouldn't work as well. So that's pretty much it for voice commands. But as far as the console, again, it's been pretty working fine. As far as like quietness, it's perfectly quiet actually. I've actually been impressed with how quiet the Xbox One is. And I mean, it's running right now, and you guys can't hear it. I can barely hear it running. They said again, it's working out. As far as quiet goes, it's pretty impressive how quiet it is. Obviously, again, it's like a tank. I mean, I already told you guys that. With the whole, deal about, it's ridiculous how, big it is. It's like, holy cow, in first impressions. It was a little too big, obviously, it just sits there, but still, shouldn't have been that big, and with the external power, I already gave my rant about that. Just too big, but interface has been fine. I enjoy it. I actually enjoy the Xbox interface a little better than PlayStation's, but still, PlayStation's interface has improved. I like how you can go back, hit the home button. As far as certain voice commands are dumb, obviously. Like for instance, the Xbox Home command. That command is it's just, you're better off to sit there and quick hit the button. It takes 2 seconds. It's just quicker to hit the button and go home. But like I said, everything's worked out fine for me. So overall, I would give the Xbox a slight recommend. because of price reasons and etc. Obviously, PlayStation beats price, and whether Connect is really, I mean, PlayStation beats it on the price, but whether Connect is really worth it or not, it's kind of, it's kind of what you want. Personally, I personally don't think it should have been forced upon anyone else, but I would honestly probably maybe got it eventually, just because it's something that's really cool, unique. Plus, I want it. I sell my Wii and etc. So, get rid of my Wii and move on to something more advanced. But anyways, that's pretty much it as far as the Xbox One part goes. And now I'm going to move on to PS4 now. So that'll be the wrap up. Alright, guys. Basically, back to wrap this up with the PS4 here. As far as obviously looks, it won that. And I also want to mention one thing straight up out of the gate here is that don't worry about the HDCP because you can't record right now, but most likely with the next system update, they already announced it, that you will, they're going to patch it, so you will be able to record. I just wanted to throw that out there. It's been really pretty much, it's been great. Interface, it's a solid gaming console. One thing I forgot to mention as far as with the party chat goes, you got PlayStation Party Chat. Just in case you didn't know that, PlayStation does have Party Chat now, and it's actually more efficient, in my opinion, better on the PlayStation 4 than it is on the Xbox One. Just more accessible. I like how you can navigate the party. Who to invite. You can put a message with it. I mean, it's pretty cool. I actually do enjoyed it. Again, as far as with both consoles share functionality, that's one of the things I forgot to mention. Share functionality I haven't used. I know I'm pretty sure I mentioned that with the controllers. I haven't used the share functionality yet, so but that's really it as far as I know. It seems odd, but there's not really much else to say with the PlayStation. It's just your average solid gaming consoles. I mean, graphics are good. Again, everything's pretty much easy to navigate through. I like how the interface is set up. It's definitely better than the PS3s, but not better than Xbox Ones. As far as interface, just in my opinion. But again, Party Chat is actually better on the PlayStation 4, in my opinion, than Xbox One, which is odd because Xbox started with Party Chat. It's like they kind of took a step backwards as far as Party Chat goes. So just with some of the, obviously, voice dropping on, just some weird technical difficulties I've had so far. But pretty much with a wrap up. Also, one last thing, it's pretty quiet too. About as quiet as the Xbox One. The Xbox One might be a tad bit quieter, but they're both about as quiet as each other, I would have to say. But both very nice. But as far as a final verdict goes, honestly, just overall, which a lot of this depends on your personal preference. I mean, if you sit there and want to, if you're looking for a gaming console to where you just want to throw it up in your room, you just want to come in, just play some games, whatever, the PlayStation is the way to go. It's cheaper. It's going to give you every bit of games you will ever need. Some great launch games, well, not launch games, but some great games launching is what I meant. You're going to miss out on Titanfall, the first Titanfall, but according to the Titanfall makers, they're going to, make it out like the next ones onto both consoles. So, I mean, you're going to miss out on the first Titanfall, but, I mean, if you got a PC, you'll be able to pick it up on there. It's overall, to me, a better pick. You're just going to have better games. I mean, it's cheaper. You're not getting the Kinect forced upon you. You're getting just the console itself. It is, overall, I mean, this is pretty much what and I don't mean to, like I said, hate on Xbox for that, but the Xbox is like a tank. I mean, it's got the big power supply. Um, just not, nothing has really come out and said this is super impressive. Voice commands are better than what I thought they would be, but still, it's just if you're looking for that next gen techie feeling, that all goes away. I mean, it's like it's really cool at first, like, oh man, using these voice commands, and then after like a week, you're just kind of like, yep, here I'm using another voice command, and it's just like the regular old thing. Um, and obviously, PlayStation Plus is $10 cheaper. It's just to me for what you would be looking for, what the average person's looking for. PlayStation 4 is the better way to go. If you're a big Call of Duty fan, I think Call of Duty will be a little better experience always on Xbox One. But just because first-person shooters, I feel like are kind of a little more Xbox dominated, I guess you want to say. But again, overall for the games, you're just gonna have a better experience on PlayStation 4. Um, but I mean, that's really pretty much it as far as verdict goes. And one other thing I wanted to mention about, I completely forgot, is Xbox actually false advertised about Skype. You cannot snap Skype. Snap feature actually is nice. I enjoy the snap feature so far, but Skype is actually, you cannot snap it at the moment. So we gotta wait for a system update to come out with that. So it's kind of like false advertisement, and so I was a little bit disappointed with that. Um, but everything else, again, everything else has been fine. Um, and again, just get a PlayStation 4 in my opinion. If you're looking for it, and like I said, a lot of this is personal preference. Xbox One's a living room machine. PlayStation 4 is a gaming room machine. That's what I say. Pretty much, if you, for anyone who just wants to game, just the PlayStation 4 will do everything you need. And again, if you're into nothing but first-person shooters, I actually suggest to go to Xbox One, because Xbox One, in my opinion, will dominate the first-person shooters pretty much always. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'm sorry it wasn't the greatest review. I do apologize. I'm not the greatest at reviews, as you can see. But I just want to give a short little review for you guys and maybe help you guys with it coming from an average guy. It's better than just like, oh man, like some guy who's bigger up and maybe potentially got bribed a little bit. I mean, who knows? Who knows? And just I'll just be straight up honest with you. And again, I've enjoyed both consoles. You guys, to tell you the honest to God truth, either console you guys are going to be happy with overall with the experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I hope it was helpful maybe in your decision. If you got any questions for me, just put it in the comments section. I'll be checking up every once in a while, on the comments section of this video. And like I said, if you got any questions, I'll try to reply to them. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be seeing you later. And probably my next video will be PS3 goodbye. So if you some of you may be looking forward to that, and if you haven't checked it out, go check the channel. It'll be out here shortly. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.